Hello and welcome to my seed room, plant room, green room. I'm not really sure what I'm calling it just yet, but this is the room where I start all of my seeds for spring and summer, and then also I'll be starting all of my seeds for my fall crop as well later on this year. But last year when I was in this room, it wasn't green, it was white and a really ugly blue, which to be completely honest is still on one wall. I haven't quite gotten to that wall yet because it's got all my shelving on it. It's gonna be a pain to try and paint. But today we are going to be doing something that I've been planning out for a very long time because I knew I wanted to change in this room. When I made the room up the first time for the seed starting, I had the plastic garage shelves and kind of stuff that was movable, and that was perfectly fine, except for when that little one back there, the 2-year-old, decided to try and climb it and then the whole shelf would move away from the wall. There was no good way for me to actually anchor it. This year, since I have turned this into my office space, I decided to go with something a little bit more decorative. And we are going to be taking this wood back here and building a built-in shelf for seeds starting on this green wall. This paint color I will put on the screen down here because I currently don't remember what it is, but I will put the name of it here. So I wanted something deeper and moodier. And this wall in front of me that you can't see is actually still that white color that I painted last year because I liked having the one wall be different. What we're going to be doing today is building our shelf, and I'm going to show you how we're going to be doing that. I have got these little squares that I 3D printed. I'm gonna put a hole in one side and we're gonna put our 2x2s into the hole, and that's going to anchor it into the wall. And then I have some longer 2x2s that are gonna go straight down. The only wood I don't have cut yet is for my shelves because I don't know how long I'm going to do those yet. I don't know if I wanna overhang them, but I will put all the measurements I'm using in the description box, even though it's gonna really depend. If you're gonna rebuild this, it's gonna depend on your actual space in your wall. So we are going to get started with this. I'm going to put my holes in these guys, tiny little screw holes, so I can anchor this in. This way nothing comes away from my wall, and then these already have screw holes in them so I can anchor them to the wall behind me. I love the stained wood and the copper color against this green. It's just perfect. It's beautiful. All right, let's get going. All right, so that is the build of my shelf. I am very happy with it. Now, I did design it wider than I knew my lights were going to be because I wanted to be able to take space on this side and put taller plants and like have a different lighting. I might eventually get smaller bar lights, but for right now, this is perfect. I could fit 4 trays across with 3 lights. I do need to get some more lights. I have some more lights in other parts of the house, but I also need to pick up some more lights. These bottom 2 shelves. But I designed it this way because when I'm not utilizing it for plants, I can put totes on it, storage, you know, that'll be fine. And I plan on growing seedlings pretty much year round. I want to be able to constantly have a revolving door of new plants going in. For now, this is perfect. It's pretty. It gives me kind of the different textures and colors and layers, and that's exactly what I wanted in this space. I do have right over here all of my plugs going down, and I have an outlet down on the bottom where I'm going to be plugging everything into. I have a bar strip that I'm going to be mounting right on this piece, and it's all going to go into a timer, so everything will be automated. And I also have a little digital thermostat that I could check from my phone, and I have my heater on a smart plug. So if I need to turn it off or switch it and I'm upstairs or I can't get to it right away and I can't get down in here, which I don't see why I wouldn't be able to, but if I can't, it's all automated, and I will put links to all of that I'm using in the description. The lights are the same lights from last year. They came from Walmart. I bought them on rollback. They've been fantastic. They're LED and they hardly eat up any power, which is perfect because I'm putting them all on one strip. So I want to make sure I'm getting stuff that is going to use very little wattage for my timer box that I have, which my I don't have to show you because it's actually in the laundry room with some cabbage seedlings, because I've been using that as my kind of cold growing zone because it's freezing in my laundry room. And here I've been keeping it at about 75, and which is what this room will run at consistently once there are seedlings on this table. If I need more space, I can bring those other shelves from last year back in, but I'm hoping because of the orientation that I put these seed trays, I will not need more space. And I'll show you a close-up look of kind of the mechanics of what I did in just a moment. But I should be fine as long as I don't get a little crazy and buy any more seeds. I have a lot of seeds so far, but I should be able to fit them all in. But let's take a closer look. So here's a side view of the shelving. And I kind of have my clamp lights up there because I was testing them. Last year and the year before, my peppers got really tall and I needed lights pretty high up. So I figured that'll be good for like my higher stuff that I need to have a little light on. And then each shelf underneath got a set of hooks. This one currently is holding the wires to keep them away from my 2-year-old. But I did that for my chains. These chains are wrapped around the center. It just seemed to be the easiest way to go, so I went with it. And then on all the ends, I have the hooks for my chains. And then I have my trays, some of them already up here just sitting so I can space everything out. But yeah, it looks like it's gonna work out perfectly. I just need to grab a couple more lights if I can find them. They were hard to find starting in March last year, so I need to get them early if I'm gonna get them. And I am also going to get a wrap for my wires so I can keep all my wires contained and up against the pole so I don't have a massive mess of white wires over there. So that's gonna pretty much do it for this video on how I set up these shelves and built this built-in. So thank you so much for stopping by, and we will see you next time. Bye.